This is your weekly moment of growth. On this week's moment of growth, I wanted to talk about a different approach to goal setting. You know, often we put financial restraints on our goals and we say, I want to make $1 million. I want to make $100,000. I want to make $30,000. Today, I want to make $100. And we set these goals based off of what other people's standards are. And one thing that I realized a long time ago is that when I was chasing money, money eluded me. When my focus was on the almighty dollar, you know, the things that paid my bills, the things that got me trips, the things that got me things, it eluded me. I went broke. But when I was able to shift my perspective and my goal setting tactic, everything changed. Now, a disclaimer, I didn't do this intentionally. I really approached it like, okay, let me just refocus what I'm doing. I didn't think it was a new goal setting tactic. I didn't realize it was really the approach to everything that I was doing, but it totally changed the game for me. I said to myself, when I make $1 million, I'm going to be accepted by these people that I admire. I'm going to be invited to these events. I'm going to be speaking on stages. I'm going to be running my own event. But that was wrong. And so I had to approach it differently. And so in 2017, I set out a goal for myself to feel like I belong at the table with the people that I'm interviewing. You see, before the success, even the success and growth of this show, I was interviewing big names, and it was some due to luck, some due to strategy, some due to some really cool introductions. But I was interviewing people that, my platform wasn't doing much for them. And so I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel like I was worth their time. And so I set a goal that year to say, by the end of this year, I want to feel like I belong at the table, meaning like I'm worthy of that conversation. I'm worthy of their time. And in November of 2017 was when I was ranked by Inc. magazine as a top 8 podcast every entrepreneur should follow. I was actually number 2 on the list, right behind, Lewis Howes' School of Greatness. And it was this crazy, bizarre realization that, wow, when your goals are set with the right intention and with the right purpose in mind, everything starts to fall in line. And so since that goal was reached in 2017, I said to myself in 2018, this year, I want to be at the table. I want to be invited by these people that I admire to be part of the table, to be a part of the conversation, to be a part of their lives. And by the end of that year, I actually shared an Airbnb with 2 of my favorite guests of all time, Justin Wren, who's a Bellator MMA fighter, and Nick Santanastasso, who is one of the world's top motivational speakers right now. Actually, as the recording of this, he's in China doing a speaking tour. And I was invited by them. It wasn't the other way around. And I realized when I set the intention of then being at the table, my actions took place. I already became that person I wanted to become. So when we set our goals and our intentions the right way, our actions take us to that destination. I don't truly know what a millionaire feels like. I don't know what it's like to have millions of dollars and have this extravagant money success. I didn't see it in my family. I haven't seen it yet in my career, although I am successful financially now, just not in the millions, but I haven't seen it, right? And so I didn't know how to visualize that. But I knew what it was like to share space with people that I admired, with people that I'd want to be friends with. What would that look like? And so when you're able to truly visualize the goal that you set for yourself and feel it, it truly becomes reality. And in 2019, my goal was to set the table. And that is why I produce Growth Now Movement Live. I set the table for these people that I admire and for you guys as listeners to come together to level up your life in all areas, in your relationships, in your finances, in your business, in your health, to truly live your best life. And I set the table for that for you guys and for the speakers. And the reality is, guys, when we set the right intention and the goal, and if it aligns with our purpose, the rest takes care of itself. It's not magic. It's not, oh, wow, I figured it out. There's not some magic trick that I flipped a switch. But what happens is when you can visualize yourself in that space and truly reaching your goals, then your actions start to take place. Your behavior becomes the person you want to become eventually. So you're already living as though. Now, I hope that this switch of thought process helps you guys in your goal setting process for 2020 as we are coming close to the new year. And I'm excited to see where Growth and Movement Live goes. I'm excited to see where this podcast goes. And more importantly, I'm excited to see and hear where your life goes. So connect with me on Instagram. GNM Podcast is the tag. And reach out and tell me what your goals are. I'd love to hear them and see how I can support you. I want to thank you guys for spending the last couple minutes with me. I'll see you next week.